Bradley Manning has been sentenced to 35 years in prison, and he has been demoted and dishonorably discharged from the U.S. Army. Chris Lawrence is at Fort Meade. He's been covering the proceedings. Chris Lawrence, tell us more.
Yeah, Carol, there was an audible gasp in the courtroom as that verdict was read, and Bradley Manning was quickly rushed out of that courtroom within seconds as supporters in the back rows yelled to him, "We love you, Bradley. We're still here fighting for you, Bradley." We could see his family members who were in the front row just behind him, his aunt, a cousin, openly crying, weeping, and wiping tears as the judge decided to sentence him to 35 years. Now, where does that fall? Prosecutors were looking for 60 years. The defense had asked him to be sentenced to no more than 25. But when you break that down, Bradley Manning already is getting credit for nearly 4 years of pretrial confinement. So that brings it down to a little over 31 years. He's only mandated to serve at least a third of that. So it is possible that with parole, Bradley Manning could be out of prison in about 10 years, Carol.
So is it your sense, Chris, that the judge showed some leniency in this case?
I think she struck a balance, and I think even the prosecutors, by only asking for 60, not the full 90 that he could have gotten, were recognizing that Manning, that this crime was different than Manning going directly to a foreign agent and directly giving them the information. At no point did the government prove that Manning knew that these documents would end up in the hands of Al-Qaeda. The defense has been arguing that he was a troubled man, that this was someone who was struggling with his gender identity issues, that he was exploring how to become a woman, and that as a United States soldier, especially serving under Don't Ask, Don't Tell and deployed to Iraq, that he had no way to really communicate that or deal with that. The prosecutors had argued that this sentence needed to send a message to others who would potentially do the same thing. They said a sentence could act as a deterrent. And so I think the judge, while she did err on the side of the lower sentence, she definitely struck a balance between those two arguments.